60 piece.
Yeah, your boy Dame. Hey man, you know Dame, bro, because he in Portland, bro. Who the fuck cares about Portland? Who cares about Portland, dog?
Me. The problem with Portland is they just can't play defense. I mean, I don't know what Chauncey's doing out there. Like I think he's going to be a good.
They started off hot though.
Everybody starts off hot, but they got to figure out right. And they're supposed to be tanking for Victor, but they got to. They just can't play defense, man. They can't get a stop if their lives depended on it. Like, I mean, listen, Dame's not known for defense, but neither is Simons, and neither was CJ McCollum. But like offensively, they're one of the best teams in the league. Mm-hmm. Defensively, they're just terrible, man. I mean, they got 3 20-plus point guys, man. But the other guy gets like 25 though, so it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. Maybe they turn up in the second half, but Dame.
They're known to be a second half team, but we'll see.
Yeah, Dame gonna have to put him on his back, man.
Hey man. All right, so look, we back. Talk your shit. I'm your host, Mr. Keep Watching Rich. That's my guy Chris. And today is about the NBA. Yes, we are taking it straight NBA topics. Sure to be some disagreements here, but I got 2 questions for you today. First, we're going to tackle who is the MVP right now in the NBA and who are your top 5 players right now. It's going to be hot. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube, and let's get it popping, man. Let's start off the bat, man. We MVP right now, dog.
I go to Jokic, man. I mean, even though he got cooked on Sunday by Embiid, but he's still, I mean, he's having a better season statistically, and their team is in first place this year, so it's hard for me not to give it to him. It was Tatum early on, because Tatum took his game to another level, but Jokic got him by a hair right now. Like he's averaging.
Why? Because you know my guy is Tatum, but why?
Right.
What, numbers, bro? Because of numbers?
Yeah, I can't, like, that's what it comes down to when all things are equal. Like, I got to look at how statistically and what he's doing and how he's impacting winning on his team is crazy, man.
You don't think Tatum has
he makes
impact?
It's different. Because he has a, you know, he it's a different impact. Like, they don't run the offense through Tatum the way they do through Jokic.
Here's my rebuttal. All right. It's a different impact, right? But when it comes to playoff time, what the fuck does Jokic do? What has Tatum done?
Everything.
Even though Tatum showed up small and, well, I mean, it was more Jaylen Brown. But when it comes to the playoff time, that boy Tatum does raise his game to another level, and they at least make the Eastern Conference Finals, where I never see Denver get out the first round. And this has been his
listen, man. I mean, bro. Well, we're going to have to see this year.
So that's what I'm saying.
They're also he has a way better team around him. And you could argue that Jamal Murray being hurt last year was huge, considering they still made the playoffs.
Okay, I give you that.
With him, you know, Murray was out. Michael Porter's been out for God knows how long. He might as well not even be playing.
He's Ben Simmons Jr. I know, but he has talent. But he's been.
At least he shoots. At least he shoots the ball. He's not scared to shoot the ball.
But he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't do anything else, bro.
I'd rather do that.
If you put him and Ben Simmons together, that'd be the greatest player ever.
I'd still rather have him than Ben Simmons because he shoots.
Bro ain't got no back, bro. He has no back.
The running, we're gonna see this year. Like, they're the number 1 seed this year again, and I agree. Like, they flamed out in the playoffs a few times, but Jokic has got a really, really good team around him this year. Aaron Gordon playing great basketball with him.
Bro, ain't no difference. That's the same team with Jamal Murray, bro.
I mean, we'll see. Like, you know, we'll see if Jamal Murray is not Bubble Murray.
You know who's my guy? And I think they're talking about trading him. That boy Bones. Bones is nice.
I like Bones, but he's too erratic right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ready for 32 minutes a game and be a leading point guard for a team yet. You know, he might be, but I don't know. I like Bones though. He's good. He's certainly
got a nice.
He's
game.
Good handle, but he's super erratic though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, put him on a team that's like growing maybe, but he's got to learn, man. I mean, he's more talented than Caldwell Pope, but Caldwell Pope's better.
Caldwell's just that ultimate 3-and-D. He's just that
great veteran.
Caldwell, you know what I mean? He's just one of them guys you gotta have on the team.
Not gonna make a mistake on the floor. Bones, that's the thing with Bones, man. And they like that other young kid out there over him, Christian Brown. They like him a little bit more. Plays defense, so we'll see. But I mean, they're not gonna get a lot for Bones right now. He's got some nice upside though. It just depends on where he goes.
I mean, listen.
I mean, they should trade for a veteran, honestly.
My guy's Tatum, though. I just want to get back. My guy's Tatum. You know what I mean? You talked about Jokic. You know, his team's in first place. Tatum got the best record in the NBA. Tatum's been holding it down. He's averaging 31 right now. I get it. Your guy Jokic is Mr. Triple Double. But we've seen that before, bro. 9. There's nothing different Jokic has been doing. And we've seen the triple-double thing with Russell. You get me? I get it. He's a center. He's way more efficient. But we seen this, bro. And I can't keep giving somebody MVP 3 years in a row, especially if you're not the best player. Or I guess I look at best player as like face of the NBA. You know what I mean? If you're going to win MVP 3 years in a row, he is not the face of the NBA. Like Jordan could have won MVP every year, but he wasn't, right?
So what makes you the face of the NBA right now, though? So your argument right now, I mean, this is a good way to segue into a question. So you think that, so it's safe to say that LeBron is still the face of the NBA. Yeah. So by that metric, you think he's the best player in the NBA right now?
Well, it's not that. Okay. Because if somebody wins MVP, if you win back-to-back MVPs, right? That's one thing. We've seen that a couple times. But if you win back-to-back MVP, then what is that telling you? That he's the face of the NBA, right? I mean, that's how it should be.
I don't know I mean, well, I don't know if that's how it should be. I think it should go to the best player. I don't think like you being the face of the NBA. Like,
but the best player should be the face of the NBA, right?
LeBron has been the face of the NBA the last, I don't know, decade plus.
But has he not been the best player the last decade plus? Maybe, all right, not scratching.
And Giannis was the MVP.
He's not really the face of the NBA now. I'm going to say LeBron not the face of the NBA now, but he is because he's been the face of the NBA for the last, what? Let's say the 10s. Let's just say from 2010 to 2020. LeBron was clearly the face of the NBA. You get me? And I feel like right now we're like in the tail end of him being the face of the NBA, and they're looking for somebody else, like somebody at the end of their presidency.
Your argument is the MVP should also be the face of the league.
No,
Giannis was never the face of the league.
It's not that, bro. It's not that. It's just I can't. If you're gonna win MVP back to back, like 3 times in a row. What is that saying to you? Because in that case, somewhere in this 3-year run, he should have at least won 1 championship or at least got out the second round. You feel me? Did they even get out the second round?
Well, that's the problem with the award. Like you should give it at the end of the season, but you should give it at the end of the season then. But that's the thing. But we're talking about the regular season MVP. And right now, he's having a better season. The team is playing better than they did last year. So it's hard for me not to say that Tatum was my guy early. He was my guy early. Right. But Jokic is just playing in a whole nother world right now.
And is he still your guy after he got cooked by Embiid the other day?
Yeah, he's still my guy. I mean, Embiid, as good as he is, like I want to see that rematch. Yeah. You know, Jokic, listen, Jokic can't, no one's going to mistake Jokic for being a perimeter defender. And that is one advantage that makes Embiid as good as he is nowadays, is he can actually get out there, handle the rock, and cross a big man up. So that's a problem for a lot of guys. I mean, I want to see, a lot of people are talking about Philly as being a sleeper. I don't trust James Harden and Doc Rivers in the playoffs yet, so I don't know.
Embiid to me, stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too. Like, this guy's always falling on the floor. It's crazy. I don't know. To me, it's Boston and the Bucks, and then everybody else.
Giannis going under the radar too. He's flying under the radar.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, like your LeBron argument. Giannis been the most dominant player the last 3-4 years in the league.
No, and I'm not. I don't.
And he's not the face of the NBA. and he's
like,
never.
No, go ahead.
And he's never been the face of the quote, like LeBron. Like you said, LeBron's been. Now they're trying to figure out
Yeah.
who the next face of the NBA, but it's still LeBron right now.
Yeah,
He's still
and
the
I just
ambassador
want to be clear. I'm not saying the MVP is the face of the NBA, but
Okay.
I'm trying to say if a man wins MVP 3 seasons in a row, then like what is that telling you? That he is the NBA, like he should be the best player in the NBA.
I mean, is Jokic not
arguably? I don't think Jokic is the best player.
Is Jokic arguably I think he's the best player?
I think his stats, because bro, at the same time, right?
I mean, I don't think
Jokic, the stats Jokic is putting up, right? The stats Jokic is putting up, right? And I'm gonna piggyback off your point too, but the stats Jokic is putting up. Russell was putting these same stats up. You know what the difference was? Wait, hold on. Russell's team was not as talented as Denver's team.
Yeah, he was by himself, was it? True. But Russ is also not as efficient. His triple doubles weren't his triple doubles weren't like efficient triple doubles, and they didn't.
Oh yeah, you're right. I agree.
You know, they weren't like efficient, and this is where Jokic is different. Like his winning percentage is crazy when he gets a triple double, man. I don't know, man. I've watched a lot of Jokic, and what I like about him is like he's the least athletic guy in the world, and he's still cooking everybody. He sees the play before it happens, and you just can't teach that. You know, he's probably the best passer in the league right now.
Yeah,
he's better than most point guards.
I'm saying, I just got.
Yeah, I mean, listen. To me, your playoff resume
as an MVP and didn't win in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. So for him to be the third season,
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that, but I'm just saying, like from a statistical standpoint, he's better than he was last year, and the team is better. So it's hard for me not to give him the MVP again. You know, like it's hard for me not to say wow, because then what does that do to the award? It's like kind of like, well, the award was bullshit last year. You're just making the award worse every year. I think they got to give it at the end of the season, or at least midway through the playoffs or something.
I think it should be right before the finals. Like right, and I think it should count up into the finals.
It should, yeah. I mean, the regular season MVP is totally different because there's so many things.
But it don't say regular season MVP though.
Because we'd all agree that. Because I mean, listen, man, no way in the world Steve Nash should have won 2 MVPs. You know, I was like, that's crazy. So, but that was the narrative. Like this year, they want Luka to win it. Yeah. That was the narrative going into the season, but he's not going to win it because they're not winning.
He's not doing as good, yeah. So all right, so that's a good segue, man. Let's since I can already tell, man. Let's talk this top 5. It doesn't have to be in order. We're not going to get too crazy. All right. Top 5 NBA players.
Top 5 NBA. My top 5 NBA guys are Giannis. No specific order. Giannis, Jokic, Luka, Tatum, and KD.
Say Giannis, Jokic, Luka, and KD. Okay.
Yep.
Only one I disagree with you. Well, you say Giannis, Jokic, Luka, Tatum, and AD. And AD, Anthony KD.
Are you out of your mind? Yeah, KD.
Right. So I got Tatum, Bron, Curry, Luka, and Giannis.
Curry, okay, all right.
I mean, I see for what we put Jokic in there, Curry. You feel me? Curry. You know what I mean? They won a chip last year, bro, and that was off Curry.
That was last year. Curry was having a great season, but they're not winning yet. They're starting to win again. I mean, he's right outside of my top 5 as far as best players. Mm-hmm. But like pound for pound, skill for skill, like it's hard for me to put Curry in there at this point.
Yeah.
You know, KD, Giannis.
I gotta have LeBron just off his longevity.
I mean, yeah, LeBron's longevity is great. Again, they're not winning, so yeah, it's hard for me to put. Like I feel like his scoring and he's not impacting winning. Now, granted, I got to give him all the credit in the world. Yeah, like give him all the credit in the world. I mean, listen, that team sucks. Like they're poorly constructed, no shooters, but I don't think like he can't carry. He can get 30 good numbers, but he can't carry you like he carried those scrubs to the finals at this point anymore. Like there was a difference in that LeBron energy. Like his defense isn't the same.
Yeah.
And listen, it's hard, man. Without AD being there, it's tough for those guys. So it's hard for me to put him in top 5 because I don't think his scoring and the way he's playing is impacting winning the way that it used to.
I think my top 5 more legacy top 5 right now too.
Yeah.
It got.
I mean, like Luka is murdering the season. Right. Jokic is killing. Tatum is killing. KD was killing before he went down. KD was having like an underrated season nobody was even talking about. And Giannis has been one of the most dominant players. It just doesn't matter with that guy.
Yeah.
So
I think so. We got a consensus of Luka, Tatum, and Giannis right now. That's our.
What's crazy about the NBA and the top? Yeah. What's crazy about the NBA and the top 5? It's like 3 of my guys are not American.
Yeah, you're right.
So like, what does that say about the American player? Because let's take LeBron out of the equation. He's out in 2 more years, right? So you're taking LeBron out of the equation. So now we're left KD downside, Steph downside, right? So who's going to step up? We got Ja's probably going to step up into that conversation, we would think, right? So he's American. You say now you got Tatum, Ja could be healthy. You got the
American players, bro. I can't even think of who will take the next. I do see if Anthony Edwards. I don't know if I feel like I don't see too much of the Timberwolves game, but I feel like he could take a step forward. I'm not saying he's going to be in the top 10.
He took a huge step over the last month. And a lot of that,
I think they got to break up that team anyway. But that's a whole nother. Yeah,
I still don't understand the Gobert.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Trade, and I don't know how you move off of him because you're not going to ever get that value back.
Yeah,
like they gave up so much to get him, and
stupid.
To me, you got to build around Anthony Edwards and not Cat. Cat just not that you can't keep them together. I mean, let him go, maybe not. I mean, he's still one of the more talented bigs in the league, and he's shooting the 3. But that being said, I mean, he's always. I don't know that him and Anthony Edwards can coexist if Cat. I don't know if Cat can take the back seat.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to build, but you got to build that. But if he can let it go and say, "All right, Edwards, you're the man," they could be a very good team.
They could, but
I just don't know about their coach though. Like I like their coach to me. This Chris Finch guy, they need a real coach in there. I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about the guy. I haven't done anything.
Damn, bro. But who else is in the U.S. right now, bro?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the difference, dude. Like the European players are catching up.
You got Shaw. Shaw not even in the U.S. He's from Canada.
He's from Canada, Shea. But they're also not winning. As much as I love him, and I think he's one of the better 2 guards in the NBA, they're not winning though. And it's a part of it's not his fault. It's hard to say what the NBA is doing down there. Like if they're not trying to, because they have like 500 picks for the next couple of years. They got Chet coming back next year.
How you feel about Chet?
They have. Hard to say, man. I mean, I think he's going to be a tough kid. I think he's going to be decent. I think like in today's NBA, certainly he can succeed if he stays healthy, just based on his skill set. Yeah. You know, he can shoot the 3. He's tall. It just, it depends, right? Like, can you stay healthy? These tall guys always have a history of injury, so that'll be a big question mark. And shit, what if they mess around and get the Frenchie? Yeah. I mean, that's a crazy team right there if they mess around and get the Frenchman.
Yeah. Dog,
I mean, Houston's in.
Apple, though. Who's in the U.S., bro? I need your help.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got Tatum, we got Jaylen Brown. He's up there.
Embiid is not U.S. either.
He just became a citizen.
Yeah, but if he was to play if he was to play in the
they want him to play for Team USA this year. So
is Trey on the downside of his career? Trey Young, what's up with him?
I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, man. I mean, Trey's an ultra talented guard. I think, I don't know if they need a new coach. They just changed their organization down there. They changed their coach. I don't know if they train McMillan. I think thing is, Murray is more of what Nate McMillan wants in an NBA player.
Yeah, I like Murray.
But Murray is not the passer that Trey Young is. He's a great passer, great point guard. But the thing is, but that's the thing. So it's like, but Trey's so inefficient on the defensive ends,
Yeah.
and you can only do that for so long. So it's hard to hide that after a while. He's also having a rough season. I don't know if that's a product of offense or him trying to figure it out with Murray. Both of their numbers are down. But Trey's shooting horrible from three this year.
Yeah, horrible.
So let's see what happens after the
All-Star
All-Star break,
game?
man. Nah, can't. We can't. So, I mean, yeah, Trey Young could be a guy in the future, depending on where it goes. But the top guys are still going to be Luka, Jokic, Giannis.
It's chops. And so I'm looking at all the players right now. It is chops. I think the U.S. might be done in a couple years, bro.
Kobe said it years ago, man. He said they teach the fundamentals, like AAU and all this stuff is messing up the game. Parents paying to have kids, like people come take pictures of their kids, and it's a mess in the U.S., man.
Yeah, man.
Teaching those fundamentals, and now Jokic was a second-round pick.
Yeah. Didn't he go on draft? No, he's a second-round pick. Yeah.
No, second-round pick by Denver. So, and then you look at even Porzingis, man. He's healthy this season. Look how good he is.
Talk about that blonde, bro.
The Wizards, another terrible organization, man. Terrible team.
Fire.
I mean, I don't know what's going on out there. Then you got, I mean, this is we're talking about Portland. It's rough.
Yeah, we touched on that. How you feel about I know. So we gave our top 5. The last one, I got a question for you. How you feel about Cleveland? My underrated, one of my underrated point guards is definitely.
I love Garland. Love Garland. It's gonna cut. They're just one of these teams in the East. They could either make a nice run if him and Mitchell get hot, or they could be out in the first round.
Oh, yeah.
Like they haven't stood out. They haven't done anything that makes me. They got a great roster, but they haven't done anything that says, all right, like what are you guys? Like I could see them beating the Nets, or I could see them losing to the Nets. I could see them beating the Knicks.
Nets, bro. Bring it back to these Nets,
I could see, but these are the teams that they'll play in the first round. Like I could see them beating the Knicks or losing to the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I think they'd probably beat the Knicks just because they just have more talent.
Yeah.
But Tibbs is a good coach, man. So I don't know. Like they're very. I don't see them making a finals run this year. I think they need another wing before they can do that. Because I just don't think Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. I love him. I mean, I think he's great.
But I don't know, man.
It's just, I mean, they're just small guards in the backcourt again.
You got that,
and they don't have a. Yeah, they don't have like that true 3-and-D lockdown wing. I think they need wing scoring. Like Karis LeVert's inconsistent when those two are playing together. Mobley, he's playing great. It's just not showing up statistically.
Yeah.
He's not getting the blocks that you want him to get. So I don't know, man. I mean, and I don't know about Steven Silas, man. I don't know about their coach, man.
Is that Paul Silas' son or some shit?
It is,
what's up with Cleveland? They just love the Silas dudes.
Give him a chance, man. I mean, it's hard to say. Coaching matters in the playoffs, but I could see them making a nice little run, or I could also see them being bounced in the first round. But I like them though. I mean, I like their construction. You got to give this guy credit after LeBron, like to put together a team like that.
Mm-hmm.
You lost Kyrie, you lost LeBron, got some contenders. You got a really good team. I mean, listen, they're same thing with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
They got a young squad. Like they're building their team the right way. You got to have athletic wings,
right?
A good point guard, and hopefully you find a superstar. If Zion can stay healthy.
Yeah, he got.
Who knows, man?
He got about 4 or 5 more years. But yo, man, you did touch on. Yeah, that's a good point, man. You did touch on the subject, man. It got me thinking crazy right now as we wrap this up. But the U.S. is over. it's over.
Man, it's gonna be a lot of dudes coming in soon too, man. I mean, these guys just play pro ball at an earlier age, and they're taught fundamentals, and now the athletics and the exposure is starting to catch up. You're starting to see like you had to go scout these guys so many years ago. But then the development of NBA players too, like Giannis. No one saw this Giannis. Like you didn't see this when he was drafted in the league.
Nah,
and no one gives J Kidd. People don't give J Kidd enough credit for the development of Giannis. Yeah, dude, Giannis. If like people forget about that, like Giannis was very upset when they fired him. Like think about this, J Kidd was the first guy to put the ball in Giannis's hands. He said, "Yo, you bring the ball up, you start running the point. We're gonna." So they don't give J Kidd enough credit, man.
I like you. It sounds like you J Kidd top 5 coach. That's another day though. That's another.
I don't know about the coach, but yeah. All right, man.
All right, yo. So you already man. Our consensus top 5. Leave your comment. Let me know who you agree with more. I got my guy Bron in there. He got this Jokic guy. I'm not a big fan. It's cool, man. We're here to agree to disagree. This is Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. And my guy Chris. I'm your guy, Mr. Key Watch Rich. Until next time, the marathon.
All right.